There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down, oh below my bully boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Please God, let me not get seasick here. It's the last thing I need. Hi, I'm Claire and I just finished travelling around Ireland in a camper van for a week. Where are my keys? And as soon as I finished that trip, Kerry County Council reached out to me and said, would you like to come to Kerry? And I said, yes. Yes, I would. I have a bit of a storied history with Kerry. Now I'm going to do something controversial. I'm going to put Kerry, I'm going to take Kerry, and I'm also going to put Kerry S here. My mother always told me she was from Kerry, which now my aunt disputes and says my mother's from Cork. But on the understanding that my mother was from Kerry, I got engaged in Kerry. I got engaged in Killarney National Park, which is actually a very funny story about how Alex was trying to get us to the top of the waterfall to propose, but then we got lost and ended up back down at the bottom. So I got engaged on like some beach beside the car park in Killarney National Park. For all of those reasons, Kerry holds a special place in my heart. And so when Kerry County Council reached out to invite me down to Kerry, I was like, you do not have to ask me twice. This was a press trip to County Kerry, so I was delighted to be invited. Sarah from Tri-Channel was also there, so the two of us were hanging out the whole weekend. Sarah's packed. Well, I'm sitting here eating sweets. We did a lot of cool things while we were down there, including cycling the Kingdom of Kerry Greenway. We went to Ireland's soundest town. We also paid a visit to Kerry Writers Museum and took the Writers Museum tour.
My father used to say, there's none as wise as those who advertise.
Super, super interesting. I did not realise so many of our famous writers came from Kerry. However, in this video, what I wanted to tell you about is a little boat trip that we took out to the small island off the coast of Kerry in Tralee Bay. And our tour guide told us all about the island, all about the lighthouse on the island, and most importantly, all about the lighthouse keeper on the island and his 7 kids and how he lost his job to automation.
Nobody has lived out here for 66 years. Look how soft that is. So if you want a lawn like this, don't cut your grass for 66 years. Now, you saw how shaky it was just getting out of the boat there now. Imagine back there in 1848 they started to build this place on the size of these slabs. Imagine carrying them up the steps, you know. It's blue granite and it's all cut out perfectly. In the lighthouse itself, the steps going up the tower are all blue granite as well, and you see how well they're cut. There's no running water on the island, there's no well. So what they did was they harvest the rainwater, and of course in Ireland we're not too short of rain, being honest about it. The keeper himself never saw the luxury of a shower or anything like that when he was out here. If you wanted a cup of tea, you would have to come out here, fill his kettle and take it in and boil it up. If you wanted a wash, out here, the same thing. Vegetables, anything at all. In 1901 there was a family of 9 on the island. 7 kids, mum and dad. The keeper's wife, she would have been the assistant keeper. But as well as that, can you imagine caring for 7 children out here? That's your only source of water, you know. From the mainland they had a curragh that would come out here with their post or whatever supplies they needed. Like today it's beautiful, great day, but it's not always like this out here. We got a beautiful day for this. In here he would have kept his lathers, timber lathers, okay? Reason being, the north facing wall on the lighthouse had to be kept white. The first light came on in 1854. There's the lantern room, and so called the lantern room because there was a lantern that was in there first, for a full 100 years. Then it became gas. It was automated within 2 years, and the keeper himself lost his job in 1956, the poor fella. It was gas right up until 1976 when they discovered that yard lights and stuff like that and street lights up on the places was drowning out the gas light. So they decided then they were going to have to put a stronger bulb in there, thinking about electricity. There's no electric connection to the mainland from out here. So what they did was brought 2 generators. The generators then would have charged up batteries by the day, and the batteries then would drove the light at night. These generators are still working, although they're obsolete at the moment because they're not needed. Simply because in 2013 we went solar power. That's the solar panels here. Now they're there since 2013 and we haven't any problem with them at all, you know. So solar's the way to go. This is the curragh that they would have brought the stuff in and out in. So whenever the keeper was actually stepped out, all these guys lost jobs as well. It would have been the envy of everybody ashore back then, this house, yeah. It hasn't been touched since the keeper left. 1956 he left, yeah. Now, it was probably one of the first automatic toilets ever. The toilet was outside. It's a twin toilet, so two people can actually hold hands at one time. It was flushed twice a day, regardless. Tied up, tied down. Tied up, tied down. Okay?
Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
For the first 100 years, he would have been coming out, lighting his lantern every evening. In 1954, it became gas, and in 1956, the keeper left. It was gas then right up until 1976, when they put the two generators in. This would have been the size of the bulb. This is the bulb today. Now we've got 6 of them up there. Only one of them's being used at any given time. If one of them fails, we have 5 backups. As we say, the keeper's gone, but that's an electronic keeper there. Inside there, you'll actually see a little SIM card. If there's a problem with the light, or with the solar panels outside, or with the battery packs, that'll actually send a message to an engineer inside the town. So the keeper really is still there, even if he's in a fancy box. A lot of lighthouses on the west coast of Ireland just flash white. This one flashes 3 different colours. It's got red, white and green. Red and green, some people say, oh, red for stop, green for go. It's not. It's port, hand and starboard side of your boat. Your left-hand side and your right-hand side of your boat. So if you're coming in, you're going to have, on your left-hand side is red, and on the right-hand side is your green. The only safe way to come into the bay itself safely is in the white. So once you're out there in your boat and you can see the light flashing white, bang on, you're okay. If it starts flashing red, you auto course to your right. If it starts flashing green, you auto course to your left. In 1911, when it was still a fixed light, they decided that they would change it to an occulting light, which is a flashing light, and that's the machine. That's an occulting machine, which would have been strapped onto this here. It's just like the mechanism of a big, big grandfather clock. You can see where the wee spindles are now. So he would have to come out and wind that up every 2 hours.
Even at night?
His work was at night, so he would probably stay away. Well, he had his assistant, his wife, probably give him a few hours sleep or whatever, if she was feeling generous. Right, I think they're calling time on us for the boat.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down, oh below my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Kerry County Council for inviting me on a press trip. It's very exciting. A big thank you to my patrons who help fund these trips so I can make these videos. If you're in a position to become a patron, the link is down in the description. If you're not in a position to become a patron, I do have a Ko-fi where you could buy me a coffee, or I have super thanks enabled on the videos. Or the freest thing that you can do to support the videos is share them with your friends. Because YouTube's algorithm doesn't seem to like the kind of things that I make. So if you do, please share it and help support the videos. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be more videos from my Kerry trip soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Slán slán.